Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing fine. If not, then I'm 100% sure and confident that you will do great up by the end of this video series. Why am I such a confident person? Yes, I'm confident because I have heard about the holy grace and wisdom of sage Kapila, and through his understanding of nature and through his understanding of philosophy, he also explains and gives this philosophy called Samkhya Philosophy, which we are trying to understand. Yes, we are trying to understand that. But in order to understand this philosophy, he gives that there are certain requirements for humans to fulfill in order to understand this philosophy, or not just this philosophy, but to understand any other philosophy, or maybe get the truth of nature, or get the awareness of understanding what is the reason behind all the suffering which is happening in the nature. So before going to that concept or that understanding of the requirements, let's just do a quick recap of something which we have read earlier. So what did we read earlier? We read about the three concepts or the three pramāṇas or the three proofs which we tend to use in order to recognize the nature which is right behind us. And what are this kind of proofs? The three pramāṇas are, let me just take a simple breath. The three pramāṇas are, first is drishta, second is anumana, and third is aptabhachana. Drishta means perception, anumana means inference, and third aptabhachana means valid testimony. Drishta means using your perceptive centers, using a perception of the five senses in order to interpret a knowledge or interpret a message which is right in front of you, or no, maybe not in front of you. Like for example, if you're smelling something, then you have to keep a proper nose, like you have to smell it properly in order to get what is actually burning in front of you, or maybe in actually adapting to that smell, or maybe you have to see properly. So using all these five senses, he says that you can get the knowledge. What is anumana? Anumana is inference, using a logical reasoning, using a brain power in order to interpret some message which is right there in front of you. If you're not using your brain power properly, then you'll not be able to interpret the message. What is third? Third talks about valid testimony. Valid testimony is aptabhachana. It's like relying on some valuable source, or some source which is very interesting, which is very trustworthy, and which is very reliable in nature. Like believing in that source. For example, if you're watching my video, and thank you so much for watching that. So if you're watching my video, then you have to be sure that okay, this person may have little bit of wisdom, and that person is speaking from their knowledge, and of course she must have gained some knowledge from sage Kapila, not directly but indirectly, of course, by reading a lot of sources. So this person had that tendency of maybe understanding properly, and she can actually make us believe that okay, this is the right thing. So you have to trust on the process, you have to trust on someone else. It can be a teacher, parents, as I said earlier, it can be anyone out there. You have to trust the process and the person. You have to believe in that process. If not, then you'll not get the result. Okay, so that's about all these three pramāṇas. So let's just come quickly towards the requirements which sage Kapila says, which you have to fulfill, which you have to keep in your mind in order to understand the truth of nature, in order to understand the evolution process, and also the reason behind all the suffering, and also the way out of the suffering. Okay. So what are the three reasons, or the fourth requirement? There are four requirements, sorry. The first requirement is that you are supposed to have healthy sense organs. Like for example, if I have this abnormal vision, then I'll not be able to see the world properly. Or if I have this deaf ears, then I like if I'm a deaf person in general, then I'll not be able to sense sound, right? So I should have proper sense organs, should have healthy sense organ in order to interpret any message which is there in the world. Okay. What is second requirement? The second requirement is that I should also have proper environmental factors. Like for example, a proper conducive environment in order to get collaborated with my five senses, and I can use that properly. With that proper collaboration, I get a message properly, and I can understand and interpret the cause and effect of it. For example, let's just see that I enter into a dark room and I'm searching for a key. I'll not get a key, right? I'll not get a key because I'm searching for a key in the dark room. I have to switch on the light in order to see the key, okay, or maybe search for the key. So here Sage Kapila says that you are supposed to have a conducive and a respectable environment in order to interpret the message and use your five senses properly. For example, visible spectrum of light, you are supposed to have in that you are supposed to be in that wavelength of you are supposed to have that visible spectrum of light, or maybe in that wavelength of light in order to see something, or maybe you are supposed to have that level of frequency of sound waves in order to interpret the sound. It can be between 20 Hz to 2000 Hz. Let's just take an example of that, okay? Let's just talk about the third requirement here. Third requirement is having a calm and composed mind. What is calm and composed mind? Like, for example, if you're distracted and disturbed by certain thoughts or images, or maybe your mind is so confused about certain random things, like my mind was someday. So what really happens, you are not really able to understand or interpret that message properly, and because of that you lead to confusion, you lead to disturbance, and your mind will get distracted and you'll not be able to focus. So the key here is focus. But here Sage Kapila says that you're supposed to keep a very calm and composed environment. You're not supposed to judge or compare yourself with others in order to interpret one message. If you're focusing on something, then you're supposed to focus on something. If your focus is diverted, if your focus is disturbed, then you will not be able to focus on that particular thing, like me, for example. If your focus is diverted or distracted, then you will not get the proper knowledge, okay? And what is fourth thing? The fourth requirement is that you are supposed to have a healthy mind. Like, for example, if your logical reasoning is not that proper, that doesn't mean that you are supposed to have a high level of IQ or something. It means that you're supposed to keep a proper emotional intelligence in order to not judge the things which you're not supposed to be irrational. You're not supposed to keep a random beliefs and thoughts to disturb you in some other manner. You're supposed to keep a healthy, non-judgmental mind, and those are the four requirements which you have to fulfill in order to get the truth, in order to get that knowledge. He also talks about Linga Lingi Prakash. And what is Linga Lingi Prakash? Linga is actually the symbol. Linga Lingi is actually something which is a source of inference. Like, for example, if there is a smell or the smoke coming out from my kitchen, okay, and I smell this, okay, there's something burning. I can smell and sense that there's something burning, and while I go towards the kitchen and I can sense that, I can have that sense of belief that, okay, it must be the rice is burning somehow. Then here, what is Linga? Linga is actually the smoke. Lingi is actually the fire which has led to the smoke, and kitchen can be said as the prakash. It can be said as the environment. So he says these three has to work in collaboration with each other in order to understand or interpret the message. That's it from my side today. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Take care.